Chefs, you have arrived at the chopping block.
I'm your host and chopped enthusiast, Samantha Seneviratne.
I see Koji making a risotto. Risotto takes time.
And I'm here to make you unchoppable
So this risotto is really starting to stress me out.
You've been chopped.
by correcting common mistakes from chopped history. Let's find out what today's lesson is, shall we? Oh no, risotto. Why did it have to be risotto? Oof, the downfall of so many chopped contestants.
Risotto is a high risk in a chop kitchen. It usually takes 45 minutes to an hour, so I'm gonna accomplish it with high flame and constantly adding chicken broth to it.
I prayed for him.
I'm tasting the risotto, and it's about 99% there. My biggest concern is that the risotto is not cooked all the way.
Risotto can be an elegant, savory dish, but the timing is so important. You can get 99% of the way there and still end up with a bowl of mush. Do a lot of Chop fans get nervous when they hear risotto?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, so I'm not alone. Fans hate it when a contestant rushes to throw together a risotto. So today, I'm gonna show you a foolproof shortcut risotto that can be made in 30 minutes or less. Let's see what's in our basket. We have some arborio rice, some chicken broth, beautiful ear of corn, and some white wine. I love risotto because it can be a launching pad for other flavors. So today I'm gonna make mine with sweet corn and some salty Parmesan. Okay, let's get started making our risotto. The first thing we wanna do is get our butter into this nice wide skillet. And while that's melting down, I'm going to chop up some scallions. Scallions are gonna be a beautiful complement to our corn, a little bit spicy. Cool. Now these go into our skillet with our butter to soften. And to that, I'm gonna add a couple of cloves of garlic that have been sliced and some salt and pepper. We're sort of building flavor from the bottom up. This risotto is gonna be so flavorful. Give that a stir. Once those have softened down, we're gonna use some arborio rice. This is a lovely short grain rice. We're looking for a short grain rice because that's gonna release all this beautiful starch into our risotto and make it thick and creamy and delightful. If you can't find arborio rice, you could use pearled barley or pearled farro. I've even made a successful risotto with orzo pasta. So what I'm doing here is just toasting my arborio rice a little bit in the butter and scallion and garlic. I'm looking for it to get sort of translucent, and that'll sort of build a coating around the rice so that when we add our starch, it doesn't get too mushy. So basically, the rice gets completely translucent, except there's sort of one little dot in the center that stays opaque. And once that happens, you know it's time to add your wine. So this wine is gonna add a little bit of acidity, which will really balance nicely against the salty Parmesan and the cream. So now I can see that that's mostly absorbed, and I'm gonna add my chicken broth. And we're just adding it all at once, as opposed to adding it gradually. In a traditional risotto, you would add stock little by little, and that would draw out the starchiness from the rice. But here we're adding our stock all at once just to save time. And in order to make sure our risotto is beautifully creamy and delightful at the end, we're gonna add a little bit of heavy cream. But while that's cooking, I'm gonna reduce my heavy cream a little bit, just so it's even thicker and more luscious. Don't turn your back on the cream, because as soon as you walk away, it's gonna boil over. So here I have some fresh chives. We'll slice those up and throw those in at the end. I don't really wanna cook my fresh herbs, I just wanna add them at the end so that they still have some of their freshness and some of their bite. And we're also gonna chop up some fresh parsley. Stir. We're using a nice wide skillet. That will increase the rate of evaporation, so this will go even faster. And now we can get the corn off our cobs. So an easy way to do that is just to cut off one edge, make yourself a nice flat edge, roll your corn over, and then cut off the other sides. Fresh corn is great because it only takes a few minutes to cook, so we're just gonna throw it in at the end. So my cream is just about ready. It's reduced a little bit, it's nice and thick. We can stir in some Parmesan cheese and our beautiful herbs. So I turned off my heat before I added anything to this cream because I didn't want my cream to break and I didn't want to overcook those beautiful fresh herbs. Look at all that cheese, but it's delicious. I like my risotto a little bit on the looser side, and it tends to firm up the longer it sits. So if you stop cooking it right when the rice is al dente and you have a little bit extra liquid, it'll sort of continue to cook as it waits for everybody to get to the table. The last thing you want is gloopy risotto. You can see it's really starting to thicken up. The starch is coming out and making a nice creamy sauce. This is looking good. I'm gonna throw in my corn. This will only take about 2 minutes to cook. Okay, that looks great, and now we can fold in our Parmesan cream. Ooh. Yum. Look at that. I can't wait to taste this. Okay, this looks good. I'm gonna clean up my station and we can serve it up. It's so creamy, look at this. It's got a lot of beautiful texture, color. We'll top it with some more fresh parsley and some more fresh chives. Look at that.
But I know my risotto is seriously undercooked. So I don't want to get chopped over this risotto.
Chef Lenroy, the risotto was rushed, so we had to chop you.
Thank you.
And here it is, our unchoppable corn risotto with herb Parmesan cream. It's decadent, it's creamy, it's perfectly cooked, and most importantly, we got it done on time. Thanks for watching, and remember, don't get chopped.